Hey boys, it's HarmNone. In today's video, I want to talk about the Mansions DLC that's coming to GTA Online on December 9th, 2025. A Safe House in the Hills is the title of the new DLC officially, and so far, things aren't looking nearly as good as they could have looked. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. Now, just to begin things off, obviously, right before we get the official name of the DLC and everything, we get the GTA 6 delay, which has already put the community in a bit of a spot, right? Not exactly the best news, probably not exactly the most ideal time to release an announcement that there's a GTA 6 delay right before you release a DLC. Not really sure what we were thinking there marketing wise, but I guess maybe it was like Rockstar's way of being like, hey, we're gonna disappoint the hell out of you guys. And then guess what? We're gonna disappoint you again when we drop the Mansions DLC, because it's gonna be seemingly not that good. So that sucks. GTA 6 is delayed. Everybody's disappointed about that, obviously. And this DLC, before GTA 6 was delayed, seemed like it was going to be a perfect send-off of GTA 5 and GTA Online before GTA 6 released. Finally getting Mansions. Probably the #1 request from the community since the game came out. I heard so many people back in the day talking about Mansions and, oh, we're going to get Mansions in this update, bro, and this is going to happen, and what if we could do this, and this, and none of it ever happened. And then when I heard that we had 2 potential mansion locations where we were going to be building mansions, I was like, dude, no way. Like, this is it. We're finally here. And it's Devin Weston's house again. Yeah, Devin Weston's house again. Very cool mansion. Not one that I was counting on having in the Vinewood Hills, potentially twice. Now, something that I do want to touch on quickly with the mansions that we're supposedly getting, we've seen the one that is on the western sort of side of the hills. However, Rockstar have actually not shown us the one on the east. Now, I think it's extremely unlikely, but there is the potential that the one that's going to be above the Vinewood Bowl, close to the casino there, could be a different mansion. We have literally not seen a single image of that mansion yet. If you go there as well, the area is significantly bigger than the one that's on the western side of the map that you guys can see here on screen. It is a much bigger area. I'm almost wondering if they haven't shown us that yet on purpose, because I'm kind of thinking that actually might be a different mansion. It's, again, extremely unlikely, very low chance, but it just seems like, given the area there, that it wouldn't fit. But who knows? We don't have any confirmation on this as of when I'm recording this video. Again, this could change by the time this video actually goes out. But as far as I know right now, it's just the one that's officially the copy of Devin Weston's mansion. Now, I just want to take us all back and think about, what would this DLC have looked like if we went back 7-8 years? What would this DLC have looked like? Around the time when the bunker came out, around the time when CEO Cargo came out, when Cunning Stunts came out, some of like the best GTA Online DLCs. What could this have looked like if Rockstar actually went down this avenue and went for a Mansion DLC? I feel like this could have been an absolutely awesome DLC. And that's not to say that it's definitely going to be bad. We don't really know. It's just judging off of the 15-second teaser trailer that we've also never really gotten before. We don't really get 15-second trailers for DLCs, which really makes me think that it's pretty short on content, especially when half the stuff they show is from the casino. You know? But if this DLC came out 7 or 8 years ago, I think that it would have been probably the biggest GTA Online update of all time. And I think they maybe would have done a heist with it or something like that. I think that they would have done a fantastic job. I think that we would have been able to buy houses all over the place in the hills of Los Santos and in Vinewood there. But we're getting it in 2025, when Rockstar is primarily focused on creating the next GTA game in the series. So that's slightly disappointing. Quite disappointing, actually, I would say. Now, I made a video recently talking about 10 mansions that we should be able to buy ahead of officially getting the announcement for this DLC and everything. And the way I see it is that they could have at least used some of the mansions that exist in GTA Online and just added interiors to them. Even if they took the assets from some of the higher end apartments and mashed them together and just filled the rooms and made them bigger and took some stuff from the stilt houses and things like that, and then added some convenience features like allegedly we're going to get with like a new master control terminal and the latest in personal assistance or whatever they said on the newswire there. I feel like that would have been significantly better than just copy and pasting Devin Weston's house over to another location on the map. But of course that's not what is happening seemingly, unless, I don't know, maybe we have some hidden information that we just haven't got yet. Who knows? Could be totally wrong, we don't really know yet. But seemingly things are not going to be that exciting with this update. Now I hope that the master control terminal that's going to end up being in the new mansions is going to have additional features. Hopefully it'll be better. Hopefully you'll be able to send Rooster out in the hangar without going to the hangar. Hopefully you'll be able to send your warehouse technicians out without going to the warehouses. Who really knows? But I hope that that's what they're going to do, especially for the price tag that they're probably going to charge us for these mansions, which I'm assuming is going to be a lot of money. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is, are we going to get another trailer for the DLC? So far, my suspicion is probably not, to be honest, because I think that if that was the teaser trailer and most of the stuff shown in the teaser trailer wasn't even new content in the game, probably not going to get a full-length trailer unless there's some sort of hidden aspect with this DLC that we're completely unaware of yet. I was talking with some other YouTubers recently about the potential for a heist coming with this DLC, and we were pretty certain that that was actually going to happen, but it doesn't really seem like it yet, at least, and in fact it's probably extremely unlikely to happen after we got that new teaser trailer. Now in my comments going over the mansions and the trailer and everything like that, there was an overwhelming feeling of disappointment towards Rockstar, which I think is pretty typical these days, as unfortunate as that is, but it's not to say that it's undeserved, I would say. I think the people at Rockstar work really hard. I just think that it's the management that is really not up to par when it comes to how GTA operates as a game, and especially with the allocation of resources going towards GTA 6 more and more, I feel like they've just left 5 to kind of die off. At the same time, they're trying to do the least effort possible to maintain it a little bit still, which I think is quite frustrating for content creators and obviously for everybody who plays the game, including me, of course. So basically my hope for a safe house in the hills is that the other mansion that we're building above the Vinewood Bowl is not a copy paste of Devin Weston's. We haven't seen any images of it. That's the only thing I'm holding out hope for. The only other thing that I'm holding out hope for is that maybe we're building 3 mansions, but maybe we'll be able to purchase some other ones, in which case, if that's what we're going to be able to do, I'd feel a lot better about this DLC overall, but I kind of don't think that's going to be the case. But I guess we'll have to see. Now, another aspect of the DLC that is usually pretty big are the cars. Now, we saw 4 new cars in the trailer. One of them looked a lot like the Vapid FMJ that's been in GTA Online since like 2017, but with some additional customization options on it. So the cars they've shown so far seem like there's not many of them, and like they might even be recycled vehicles. We've got confirmation that one of the new mansions is going to be Devin Weston's mansion, and I think Devin Weston's mansion is likely going to be the other purchasable mansion outside of the 2 that we're constructing. The only things that we don't know are what the Vinewood Bowl location is really going to look like, and if we're going to be able to do anything else with this DLC, which I'm really hoping we're going to be able to. And if we're not able to do that, I think this is probably going to be the most disappointing DLC that Rockstar has ever put out for GTA Online, to be completely honest. Only time will tell. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But I wanted to talk about this because I feel like this is something that is really disappointing the community right now. And I wanted to outline some things that I had noticed, like the non-existence of the Vinewood Bowl location, as well as just reiterate some talking points that I've seen people in the community sort of make. I just wish that this DLC came out a few years back and it could have been really, really special. I think it would have been something the community would have overly loved if they did a really good job of it, which I think they probably would have if this DLC was coming out 2 or more years ago. But recently, since they've been all hands on deck for GTA 6, it just seems like everything they're putting out is old cut content. This actually seems like it might be something that they recently did, but they just did it in seemingly the laziest way possible by just copying the most iconic mansion on the GTA 5 map to other locations. So anyway, guys, I'm curious to know what you guys think of the Mansions DLC in GTA Online. What do you think? Is it going to be disappointing? Is there going to be a hidden gem in in this DLC. What would you rate the DLC out of 10 right now, knowing what we know? And then once the DLC comes out, I'll probably make a video titled Was a Safe House in the Hills Disappointing? And I'd like to know your thoughts before and your thoughts after the DLC actually comes out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Fingers crossed the Vinewood Bowl location is actually going to be a different mansion. And fingers crossed that we're going to be able to purchase more than just these 3 mansions that we have confirmed so far. And also fingers crossed we got more than 4 cars in this DLC, because if we only get 4, I'm going to be like super pissed. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, I guess. Dislike if you didn't. Consider subscribing if you're new. I'm going to be covering mansions when they come out, so subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Peace.